You're only 4 steps away from never wondering where your next customer will come from. My name is Dave Burnett. I'm the founder of AOKmarketing.com, promotionalproducts.com, and co founder of Achievers.com, which sold back in 2015 for $110 million. Let's get to it. How do you acquire more clients? There's basically 4 ways to win. First one is cold outreach, second one is warm outreach, third one is free content, and the fourth one is paid ads. So let's touch base on each one of those. Now, what is cold outreach? Cold outreach is a scalable, measurable way to reach out to people who don't know who you are, who haven't heard from you before. An example of this might be reaching out via LinkedIn if you're in a B2B space, or if you're on Instagram, reaching out to people who have commented or are on other channels related to information or products that you're selling. Cold outreach is you starting the conversation by identifying high value targets and then using platforms like LinkedIn or email to focus on relevance over volume. Really, it's important to personalize these messages so that people know that you're not just some creepy person or just some spammer on the internet. Second thing, warm outreach. So, this is leveraging the people who already know who you are. This is really one of the fastest ways to revenue because they already know who you are and potentially already trust you. This is something you can do in a bunch of different ways. You can look through your phone, dig into your contacts. If you're already on LinkedIn, see who you're connected with. And then you can do things like retarget your site visitors, assuming you have a website, assuming you got visitors. You can re-engage past leads who've bought from you before or who have inquired before. You can get referrals from people. You can get referrals, from the website visitors that you've got, and you can nurture these fence sitters with value. So I call them fence sitters because they're just sitting on the fence. They haven't bought from you. They know who you are, and there's potentially they just need to get that gentle little push to move from one side to the other. Third way to do this is to build trust at scale by posting free content like this. This is your kind of silent salesperson. Now, we helped Encyclopedia Britannica increase their traffic by 53%, which resulted in a couple $1 million a month in annual revenue because what they did was they posted free content. If you're looking for, information about Leonardo da Vinci or an aardvark or whatever it may be, they were able to optimize and get lots of free content posted because they're an encyclopedia. And as a result of that, they got tons of page views, which resulted in money for them. But bottom line is you want to be able to post where your audience hangs out. If you're in B2B, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram also work for B2B, but B2C primarily. Make it useful, not fluffy. Answer real questions like this one, share wins, and teach what works. Now, the fourth and final way is paid ads, where you want to amplify what already converts. Now, paid ads is more like fuel, not fire. It really multiplies what's already working, and that means you need to have something that's working already. So, usually, your free content that you've posted that's doing well, you can convert into sales. For example, one of our clients is Ron White Shoes, and Ron is a great guy who's actually gone out and done a lot of shopping channel promotions, partners with celebrities and things. And so what we were able to do for him was take a $15,000 spend and turn it into over $320,000 in sales. It was a 21 times return on investment because he had the existing marketing that was working. We just poured fuel on that fire. This is a great example. So what you should do is you should test quickly, scale slowly, and use the tools that are available to you. The easiest ones are Google and Meta and YouTube for reach and precision, and always optimize for your return on your ad spend. You don't need to focus on all these different channels. Every client acquisition tends to fall into one of those 4 categories. So master them or hire someone who has, and you'll never wonder where your next customer is coming from. So here's your plan. Here's what I want you to do. Pick one. Trial 4 at once. Cold outreach, warm outreach, free content, or paid ads. Then you want to systematize it. You want to make sure that you have a repeatable process that is actually generating you revenue, that's generating you new clients before you really start to scale whatever that spend is. Because you're either going to spend your time, you're going to spend somebody else's time and vicariously pay for their wages or whatever arrangement you have with them to be able to do this. And then once you've maximized a particular channel, then you add to a channel that's working. So it's a lot riskier for you to go from, say, for example, you're doing free content and all of a sudden you want to go to cold outreach in the form of cold calling or DMs through Instagram. That's a lot riskier than just making sure that you do more content and maximize that particular channel. So amplify what you're doing, do more of what you're doing before you try and switch. And the final thing that I want to make sure you do is I want to make sure you measure everything. Digital marketing and all these platforms that I'm talking about really work, but you have to make sure you measure so that you know exactly what part of it is working. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.